Hey CHW fans and Facebook friends, it's Nikky Chance here. I'm doing my 19th Q&A, and I'd like to introduce first my new little set that I have here. A friend of mine helped design it, and I have, as you can see, I have my card logos. I have a Nikky Chance type Titantron thing here on the side. This is where I'm going to put my images. So I'd like to thank my friend and who wanted to stay unnamed, and I'm going to get to the questions. So starting off, I'm going to answer one by Scythe, who was a CHW hopeful. He asked, I was wondering why you invited Matty Boyle to be on your Q&A. Well, me and Matty have had a little bit of a past so far in CHW. It started off with him calling my win against Rob Banks unimpressive. I sort of went on CHW Carnage afterwards and kind of talked him down a bit. I told him that I didn't need his luck and I didn't need him to be calling me unimpressive, that I kicked Rob Banks' head off. I eventually, in a Q&A, said to him that he was, well, he's not a wrestler, he doesn't know how things are, he doesn't know how to wrestle, he doesn't know what the moves take out in the body. He eventually responds with his own video, saying that I don't know what he knows, and so this is why I'm inviting him here. I want to clear the air with him, and I want to just ask him a few questions too. We don't really know much about Matty Boyle here in CHW, so why not ask him a few questions, see what he knows, who he knows. I'm going to answer a combination question first. We have Luke Larkin, Ray Carson, and Tammy Chispa Kardash, Jordan Scott Cassette, and Adam Davidson. You guys all asked, what do you think of CM Punk quitting? Do you agree or disagree with Punk's reasoning behind his quitting? Meaning, do you agree or disagree that part-time stars like Batista or Rock shouldn't be allowed to just come back and already be in main event spots? I think Punk leaving will be fine for WWE as far as that goes. And as far as his reasons for quitting, I don't think part-time stars should be given main event things. I realize that they were main event stars at one point, but I really don't think that they should have a major influence in a company at all. If you left, you're gone. Earn your spot back. That simple. Moving on to the next question. Christian Stonder asked, ECW or TNA? Or versus TNA. I'm not really quite sure what you meant here. I would personally choose ECW over TNA. I think ECW had better stars, especially for its time, and that would be my choice. Damien Rockford asked, what would you say to a 13-year-old who wanted to join CHW? I think 13 is a little early to be thinking about wrestling. Personally, I would, if you wanted to, go try to find some local people to train you, get yourself into shape, you know, but your body is still developing, so you need time to kind of think about that. Realize that you're going to be growing, and maybe when you're like 16, 17, that's when you should be thinking more about it. He also asked, do you have a girlfriend or a wife? No, I don't. So far I haven't met a woman who can really handle me or my personality, and I actually don't really expect to. I'm perfectly happy with being who I am. The next question is from Connor W. Fan. Who do you think will be in this year's Hall of Fame other than Jake the Snake and the Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior? I think Paul Bear will probably make it in. As for the other ones, really, I don't really have an opinion on that. Joey McKay asked, what was the first video game you ever played? What was the first video game you ever finished? And have any games made you cry? The first video game that I ever played was actually for the first console I ever owned. It was Super Mario Bros. On the Super Nintendo. It was the first game that I ever beat. I beat it many times. And as for games making me cry, when I was a kid, I got a Sega for one of my birthdays, and I used to play Street Fighter a lot. That game used to frustrate me to hell, and I know that as a child, I was probably like 8 or so. I used to get quite upset sometimes, throw the controller, get frustrated. I'm sure we've all done it at one point. Luke Larkin asked, what number would you have chosen to enter in a Royal Rumble, or in this year's Royal Rumble? In CHW, WWE, any other company, if you're entering a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal, you want to enter last. It's the best spot to enter, least amount of work, most amount of glory. Luke also asked, who will your next opponent be? CHW hasn't told me. There's been nothing as far as any challenges going out. I've, of course, opened my challenges to Miniac, Matt Rage, people like that. Nobody's panned out yet. Next question is, Jason Cassette, am I a good wrestler? Jason Cassette, obviously you're part of Cassette's Real Deal Backyard Wrestling. I checked you out. I saw a match where it was cassette versus cassette versus cassette, triple threat match for the title. You won it. You need to be more intense. I think what you really need to do is just really, you're a big guy, throw it around a bit. Really, like, get into the character, grunt, groan, get mad, throw people around. That's what you need. Other than that, you have a good moveset. Just elaborate. Robert also asked, will you guys do a Royal Rumble of your own? CHW did do a Royal Rumble match. It was in between season 4 and 5. I'll link it on your wall later. Who's your least favorite or overrated CHW star? I like this question. The most overrated star in CHW today, I think, is Matt Rage. He comes in and wins the Interstate Championship, which I understand, it's a big thing coming back from cancer, but as far as what he's done otherwise, I mean, he's no big deal. He's just another person. I mean, sure, cancer's a big thing to come back from, but where have you been? Like, sure, you're an original, but whatever. Get over yourself. What do you think of Innovator being the GM? I think he's done a pretty good job so far. I mean, he hasn't answered my request yet, but, you know, I'm still waiting on that. So I have a bunch more questions. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to them this time. I will add them to my reserve questions, and I'll answer them, or I'll try to answer as many as I can next week. So thank you guys for watching. Please go add, well, you can add me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube page, go like CHW, you can get the best up-to-date results. Also, you can like the CHW page, go to their YouTube and subscribe as well. And also, I have plans for some future videos. I'd like to know if you guys have any other ideas of things that I can do, you know, let me know on my YouTube page. I actually plan on doing a YouTube video where it's going to be me showing you how to make a wrestling shirt or part of wrestling attire. It's going to be coming really soon, probably in the next couple of weeks. And once again, guys, thanks for watching. Be safe.